4 words for you. Don't buy the A7S III. Let's get into this. So this is going to be a video comparing the A7 III versus the A7S III and why you should go for the A7 III over the A7S III. So first let's go over the specs. The A7 III does 4K 30 while the A7S III does a whopping 4K 120 FPS. That is actually insane. A7 III does 1080p 120. A7S III does 1080p 240 FPS. The A7 III does 8-bit 420 while the A7S III does 10-bit 422, which is a great color depth and really good for color grading. So you're saying, oh Dakota, why do you want to buy the A7 III over the A7S III? I mean, the specs are so much better. Well, I'm gonna get into that right now. The A7 III's 4K image is downsampled from a 6K image, so that means there's more information in the 4K image, while the A7S III is just 4K, so the quality might be a little different. I mean, the new sensor on the A7S III is pretty good, so the A7S III's 4K looks really great, but also the A7 III has a 6K image downsampled to 4K. So yeah. So you're saying, oh, that doesn't really matter. It does 4K 120, and the A7 III only does 4K 30. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. Well, if you're really on a budget, it's definitely gonna be a big deal. $3,500 for the body only, versus now it's $1,698 for the body for the A7 III. The A7 III also has smaller file sizes, so it's easier to edit, and the A7S III has huge file sizes and it is really hard to edit, so you're gonna have to buy a strong computer with that. You're probably gonna spend a lot more money on that. You're gonna spend a lot of money on lenses, because if you buy a horrible lens, then it's not gonna match up to the quality of the A7S III. I mean, yeah, you could buy a horrible lens, but like, why? Like, you spend all that money on a camera body and then you buy a horrible lens, and it's just not gonna make it look good. So I would definitely recommend getting a more expensive lens, so you're gonna be paying more for the A7S III accessories and everything, while the A7 III, the kit lens is pretty good that comes with it. Since the Sony A7 III is $1,700 now and the A7S III is $3,500, you could buy 2 A7 IIIs for the price of one A7S III. So is it really worth buying one camera, double the price of a camera that does amazing video already, that you only watch on your phone? 1080p 120 FPS versus 4K 120 FPS on a phone, watching that on a phone, you could probably slightly tell the difference. If you're a pixel peeper, you could slightly tell the difference. But if you're just an average person that watches videos, just like watches cinematic videos for entertainment, you're not gonna spot it really. I mean, cinematographers and everything are gonna spot that. I mean, I spot that, but an average viewer is definitely not gonna spot 1080p 120 versus 4K 120 on these two amazing cameras. 4K 120 FPS all intro mode is gonna, oh my gosh, you're gonna run through your hard drives, your hundreds of 100 gigabyte SD cards. You're gonna run through those. I mean, glad there's 2 SD card slots, but you're just gonna run through those, and yeah, you're just gonna have to buy more storage and pay more money for that. And the A7S III, overall, you're gonna pay so much money for a camera that's not even 2 times better, in my opinion. It's still really good, but it's not 2 times better. So my final verdict is, yes, you can buy the A7S III if you have the budget, but the A7 III is really good for the price. At $1,700 right now. It used to be $2,000, but that's at $1,700. It's on sale right now. I definitely recommend buying it. I bought it. I'm filming on it right now, and it is amazing. I mean, if you watch this on like a TV or a computer, you could definitely tell the good details on it. If you compare that to the A7S III, I mean, there's probably not that much of a difference, honestly. The A7 III might be honestly better in 4K because it's 6K downsampled to 4K. So these are my opinions. Don't bash on me in the comments. I'm just expressing my opinions. Don't bash on me in the comments. thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and make sure to share, subscribe, like, and comment. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be really soon. So thank you guys so much, and bye.